What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Michelle Reed. We got Mr. Max in the building. We got Mr. Blake Carrington in the building. We're waiting for some more people. I'm going to go ahead and disable this waiting room so people can just jump in. What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear us? Testing, testing, testing.
I know Max is running two different Zoom.
Max is running two Zooms.
Zoom going. He's a high performer, so he's out here. We got Blake. Good evening, Blake. We have Michelle Reed. Good evening. And then we have Noli on here.
We have Noli. Guys, tonight we have a special event. We have a bunch of excellent presenters, guest speakers. We have excellent information for you guys to create multiple streams of income. If you guys didn't know, tonight's class is just that, multiple streams of income, how to make money while you sleep. So it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informational. And I want you guys to just sit back, relax, chime in when you need to, ask questions. The chat is in full effect, and go ahead and shoot away. So without further ado, I'll let my colleague, my constituent, the man himself, Wes, go ahead and explain a little bit about what we're going to be getting into tonight, and then we'll go ahead and start with the presentation. Take it over.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Tonight it is our multiple streams group, multiple streams of income opportunities. This is where we introduce to you making money while you sleep. You know, this is how to make money while you sleep. And do it comfortably and peacefully at that. Because, you know, you can sleep at night and it's not so good because you got worries, you got stress, you got bills, you got COVID-19. Maybe you're at a point where you lost a job and you're looking to find your way again. And maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for different opportunities to basically make more money. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think you can make too much money.
Where's the rule against that? Making too much money.
I didn't say.
Right.
So the idea is to always be in the space of abundance, and that's why we want to create. We try to create, and that we are creating every day here at Life Designers, and along with our other companies, Health, Wealth, and Good Credit. We have a book coming out, by the way, this coming mid-September, I would say. Mid-September, Health, Wealth, and Good Credit. Blueprints.
Go back. Wait. You said we have a book coming out?
Yes, we have a book coming out.
We have a book coming out.
A very nice book.
A very beautiful book coming out.
A life-changing book. What's up, Jason? Good evening. Thank you for showing up.
So they say.
So Health, Wealth, and Good Credit, Blueprint to a Fantastic Life. Book is coming out. Hard copy, ebook. We're looking at mid-September here. You know, fall session situation. You know. So that's one of the two. That's part of the streams out there. And we talk about, in the book, we talk about having access to multiple streams of income and also designing your lifestyle. Designing your lifestyle has to do with that. So when you think about designing your lifestyle, it means, okay, I got life insurance, I got health insurance, and I have, what else do I have? I have credit protection, I have law protection. Legal protection.
Your health is in order.
My health is in order. My mind is in order. Elevating the mindset is part of the structure here, because you can't have the abundance if you don't have the right mindset. Think about the people that win lottery every day and go broke in 2.2 seconds.
That's true, because I just won $6 today.
There you go. Invest that $6. Go ahead and put it back and make $12 out of that.
Double your money. So that's what it's about. So we want to be able to share opportunities, but also elevating that mindset will help you, not only make the money, but keep the money. Because that's the whole idea. We all know how to make a lot of money, but keeping that money is another thing. There's people that make $200,000 a year in income and they have a job. Great. But these people are living within that means. So I see a lot of people every day, they stuck still. They're making 200, 300, and they're still stuck. It's because they're living on that means, that they don't have a consistent cash flow that's more than their bills. You get what I'm saying? So we showcase that, we introduce that, and we want to make sure everybody's focused just like that. But tonight, Multiple Streams Group is going to show you a plethora of multiple streams of income. And we including real estate and everything into the pot.
Tonight it's going to be super informational tonight.
All right, and I have a special guest. We have a special guest, which is Max Pillett, who's a Legalshield representative, one of our partners. I mean, incredible dude, very articulate, and then that's why we have him on the call, because we want to make sure that you guys understand this particular aspect of the business. One of the reasons that we bought into Legalshield is because it's you have your own lawyer in your pocket throughout the whole United States, and we constantly are looking over contracts, doing business with other people that we have to conjure up contracts for, and so we're always in the need of a lawyer. And being that we are deep into real estate, having a real estate lawyer is super key. All right, so we have that with us with Legalshield, and Max Pillett is gonna give you an introduction to the opportunities that lies with Legalshield.
Not just protecting yourself legally, but also how you can earn money with Legalshield as well.
And then we have a special young lady here, Noli Musignac, aka my wife.
And my wife, who's going to be presenting with her.
Right. And so these individuals are incredible individuals. They have a lot of knowledge, wealth of knowledge to take advantage of. And they are presenting Herbalife. Herbalife is, in fact, we made it our lifestyle for the family. I'm actually having a drink right now. You ever been at an event? I'm just going to do this real quick. You ever been at a networking event or a situation where you're talking to a lot of people and you're just talking, you're having a conversation. And the first time that I was introduced to this product, I was at an event and somebody gave me this thing called the liftoff. Let me get that box right there. Liftoff. So what I was having a glass. Oh yeah, I was too quick, right?
Liftoff.
Liftoff. I'm getting ready to lift off, by the way.
That's right. We're getting excited now. Welcome Quan. Welcome to the meeting. Welcome, Miranda.
Yes, well, good evening, you all. But I was at a networking event, and somebody, was like, you know what, this is what I do, and I have this this thing here that I think you would appreciate because you look like you're down. I didn't feel like I was down. I was having a good time, but I took it upon myself to serve myself one of these. And mind you, I was 2 minutes, probably 3 minutes into my conversation, because I had a group. We was talking to about 2 or 3 people and everything like that. And out of nowhere, I felt like this energy. I felt like the words that was coming out of my mouth was being more articulate and more understanding, and the delivery was a little bit stronger. And I don't know if it was the lift off, but I got lift off that night.
And there's no alcohol, no drug, no nothing. Just a natural high off of the lift off. It just intensifies your articulate, you being articulate, and your awareness when you're speaking. So
we added this whole thing into our lifestyle. Every day, I'm having a drink. I got my meal plan. I got a morning plan. My wife, put it all together because, us men are not that responsible even for our own selves. That's why we get married.
we need that help.
But, we have a morning plan, evening plan, and it kind of balances you out. You don't want to be out there and be susceptible to what's going on outside as far as food intake is concerned. But that is one of our streams of income. We made it part of our lifestyle, and it's super easy to gravitate to these different opportunities that we're going to be offering you here, because it's not about going out there searching for people to buy into it. No, you make it your lifestyle. That's it. Absolutely. You make it your lifestyle, and I'll start looking, and there's a lot of people, you may believe it or not, that's watching you. People watching you, and they like what they see. Mm-hmm. Whether it's your success, whether it's your look, maybe you're physically in shape. And we stay physically in shape, by the way, with this fire.
This is why I always say, sorry to cut you off.
Keep going.
But I always say first impressions, the lasting impression. And of course, that's cliche, but I've been through 4 police academies, right? And when we were training, they said, when a police officer shows up to your door and you're in duress, you're in distress, maybe you call them for something because you're like, wow, I'm getting robbed or whatever it is. And that police officer shows up to your door and he's Magoo. He's fat, sloppy, looking, he's out of shape. Automatically, you're gonna think, what is he gonna do for me?
Right.
You know, how's he gonna help me? Like I'm getting robbed, raped, you know, whatever it is. And he may be the smartest, the most efficient, the most knowledgeable police officer on the planet. Right. But just because of the way he looks, the way he looks, you're automatically gonna go ahead and prejudge that person or jump to a conclusion.
Right.
But if you come to the door looking good, looking good,
like a
you
superhero,
shape,
like a life designer.
Yeah, like a life designer, right? And you automatically, no one has to really know what you do. You know, they can just look at you and say, I know one thing about that person is that he's not lazy or she's not lazy.
Exactly.
You understand? Because they're putting that time in the gym. So automatically, they're going to associate the fact that you are taking care of your physical appearance with the fact that, you know what, he must know what he's talking about, or she must know what she's talking about. That's just the way society is. I'm sorry to say it, but we have to keep in mind that appearance goes hand in hand with what people think that you know or don't know. Mm-hmm. So
no, that's a very good point here, and that's what I was alluding to. But you have to be sound, you know, health-wise, wealth-wise, credit-wise, and, you know, physical appearance is super key. But so as a life designer, and we buy into that because we buy into creating a lifestyle for ourselves. We buy into the life design that includes all these abundance, all these things that are good for ourselves, but we know that it's going to be good for our constituents. It's good for our network. And a lot of people are looking for that direction. They're looking for a home. They're looking for a culture to buy into, so that way they don't do it on their own. And that's why, you know, we harp on don't do it alone. Success doesn't have to be lonely at the top. You know, you can actually be a part of a group of like-minded individuals going in the same direction, because as I'm bumping into this $1 million and I'm going into that and I'm walking in that direction, guess what? It's inevitable for you to bump into that same $1 million.
That's it.
Because it's a formula. And as long as we are following that formula, and Max is going to hit home on those points, because that's all it is. And then we are people that not only uplifting ourselves, but we want to uplift our community. We want to do it together with our community. As you can see now, the amount of people here, and there's a lot of people that's with us. That's our community right here. And we have incredible talent on even right now, right here on this Zoom call. Incredible people that you want to connect with to get to the next point or the next phase of your life.
Absolutely. Welcome, Samantha. Welcome, Ty. Welcome. Thanks for joining the call. Tonight this is a good one. Tonight's going to be a good one. And again, we have several people on the line that are going to go ahead and inform us of different ways to start earning income. Like you said, we talked about Legalshield. Wes talked about Legalshield. We talked about Herbalife. We have our lovely wives going to go ahead and give a quick presentation about how you can take care of yourself and make money doing it. We have Mr. Laquan Williams, who's going to go into real estate. He is heavy into fix and flips, how to get hard money, how to go ahead and invest in real estate properties. I mean, it's going to be a plethora of information tonight. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for being a part of this, and you don't want to miss it.
And credit rental is another income. Michelle Reed could attest to that. She's one of our trade line suppliers. So for those who need to help with designing the credit, she's part of that structure as well.
And I'll get into that in the presentation when I go over it. So.
So he's gonna go into all that in the presentation. So I'm here going one by one with it, but we have a full presentation going on.
PowerPoint. So just sit back, relax. Grab yourself a drink, Jason. I know you were eating something just now. I hope it was an avocado or some toast, because, you know, that's how we live around here. So,
salmon and broccoli. That's my last meal for the night.
That's what I'm talking about. So really quick, before I get into the presentation, again, this is Multiple Streams Group, how to make money in your sleep. Tonight, we're going to be going over different ways to start earning residual income. And that's really the key on being successful, is creating multiple streams of income for yourself, because when one fails, you want to make if one fails, you want to make sure you have things lined up that are going to go ahead and propel you forward. So without further ado, let's get into the PowerPoint. I'm going to share my screen with you here really quick so you can see what we're talking about. All right, here we go. me hide the control. Can you guys see it okay? Jason, can you see the PowerPoint okay?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. All right, guys. So again, before we get into it, for those of you who don't know, my name is Mario Gonzalez. I'm one of the founders of Multiple Streams Group, as well as Inspire Fitness, as well as Life Designers with my constituent, my colleague over here, Wes Musignac. Credit rental, health, wealth, and good credit. I mean, you get the gist of where I'm going here. We are owners of multiple businesses. So I want to thank you guys for attending tonight's webinar, introducing the multiple streams concept. And hopefully the goal is to further your understanding of who we are and how we can, what we can help you do for yourself. Really quick, just a reminder, some housekeeping rules. If you haven't muted your microphone, please mute the microphone. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and we'll go ahead and answer them once we're done with the presentation, just so we can, kind of speed the process up a little bit. So let's get into it, right? Multiple streams group, multiple streams concept. What is multiple streams group? So before we get into the meat and potatoes, let me talk a little bit about how this group came to be. Wes and I, we attended many networking events. And at those networking events, we met many entrepreneurs, many individuals, well, not entrepreneurs, but many individuals who had an assortment of platforms that we wanted to be a part of. So we realized there seemed to be somewhat of a common denominator amongst all of these individuals. And it was all that they wanted to explore entrepreneurship and become financially independent. So we created the Multiple Streams Group. Let's see how we can create a consortment of people that have the same kind of concept and create a Multiple Streams Group concept. So collectively, we pooled our resources together to help each other achieve our goals. And what we do is we track each other's progress from these different streams of income following a certain set of structures, right? Let me get to the next screen here. So in this slide, I'll go over why having multiple streams of income are so important. So it's no mystery why we might want to have multiple streams of income, right? In fact, there are a bunch of reasons that can be unique and very different. But let's take a look at a few of them. Job security, right? You want to have some type of job security. The majority of people have a traditional 9-to-5 profession. And unfortunately, at some point, your job may be at jeopardy, right? Who would have predicted that this whole COVID situation would have happened? No one would have predicted this. You've been at a job for 25 years and they've laid you off, or the company decided to downsize or whatever, and now you're stuck and say, what do I do here? So what having multiple streams of income can do is ensure that if a job loss does happen, you'll still have some money coming your way every month, right? That's what we want. We want to secure ourselves and have some money coming in every month. And what this does is alleviates a lot of money stress that a job loss can bring, right? We want to alleviate a lot of that stress. We don't want to sit stuck in a position where we're like figuring out what the next move is and it's just a bad situation. Diversification. Just to keep it simple, diversification, what you want to do is you want to spread your money across a bunch of different platforms and a bunch of different assets to help protect yourself during certain downturns, AKA this whole COVID situation. You want to have different paths of revenue, generating different streams, right? And you want to earn more. You want to earn more on your day-to-day job than others, but you just still have other streams to offset, again, like I said, to offset should something go wrong, right? You want to make sure you're protected all the way through. You want to retire early in life. Not everyone's going to have a high 6-figure earning income in their careers. And what this does is it starts to create limitations on your savings and on your investings. But if you have multiple streams, then that's going to elevate your savings, right? That's going to elevate your investment rates. And that's going to, in turn, compound a lot quicker for you, right? And of course, lastly, what you want to do is you want to make more money. Of course, we want to make more money. This is probably the most evident of all the reasons why we want to have multiple streams. So simply put, more capital in your pocket can help you reach your financial goals and live a way more comfortable life and help you pay off any debts you have any faster, right? So this is the importance of multiple streams. We want to have more money. I know all of us want to have more money. You can never, like Wes said before, what is there any law against having too much money? I think not.
I don't think Warren Buffett believes in that.
Right, exactly. So if you want to become a millionaire, we read a book by the author, by the name of Rich Habits. The author, his name is Tom Corley. And what he did was he studied the habits of millionaires during a 5-year study of the rich and the poor. And this is some of the things and some of the stats that he found as it pertains to most self-made millionaires and their income streams. Check this out really quick. 65% of all self-made millionaires had 3 streams of income.
3.
Right? Think about that. You just needed 3, and now you're a millionaire. 65, that's a good majority of people, right? 45 had 45 had 4, and 29 had 5 or more streams. Just do the math really quick. Really, if you run your business, if you set your streams of income up properly, you probably only need 2, you know? But what's the cliche saying that we say? To become a millionaire, you have to have what, 7 streams, at least 7 streams of income. Why wouldn't you want 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15? You know, you want to retire early, like I said before in my previous slide, and you want to have more money in your pocket. So this is something for you guys to think about really quick about why it's important, why and how to go ahead and elevate your path to becoming a millionaire, or just becoming, because not everyone wants to be a millionaire. You know, they just want to be financially stable, maybe financially free. And if the millions come, then why not? I'll take it, right?
Some people are afraid of success too.
Right.
You don't get a lot of responsibility.
Right. You don't want to be afraid of. You can't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the money. Not for one bit.
Fear is not vocabulary.
So we'll get into some of the quotes that we like to say, and we really believe that a lot of these sayings, although they're cliche, they really hit home, and some people kind of overlook them. And we have to understand some very important concepts of some of these quotes, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. If you think for 1 second that this path to success is an overnight get-rich-quick scheme, get off this call right now.
You just go.
Get off of this call right now. Like, just leave, because
you don't have the right mindset.
You don't have the right mindset. We read a book that they interview Warren Buffett, right? And they interview him and they ask him, they say, Warren, why your investment strategies are so simple to understand? Like, why doesn't everyone just adapt these strategies and become super successful like you are? Like, I mean, you lay it all out for them. They see all of your progress and your success. Well, you know what his answer was? He said, because no one wants to get rich slow. Think about that for a second.
That's the biggest problem.
No one wants to get rich slow. Everyone wants this quick path to success. It takes time. Yes, it's great to be successful, but believe me, you need to work for it. Trust me, you need to work for it. What else? Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. We have somebody want to say something? Okay, I heard somebody unmute their mic. But life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Again, it's not a sprint. It's going to take time. And as long as you're willing to put the work in, you're going to be successful. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process.
It's a beautiful process. Once you get out of that mind frame of it's going to happen fast. I need a hit. Things start to become better. Like, success is really around the corner. But because you're like this, I need to happen. You're hopping from here to there. It never happens. Like, right. But once you know you're on the path and you're doing something that's meaningful, purposeful, and you're living that way and you're moving that way, it's like that. You're just like, wow. Things start to click. Information that was indecipherable become readable,
super clear, crystal clear.
The screen, like, you can be looking at 2 screens, and if you don't have the right mindset, I'm seeing millions of dollars, and you're looking at the same screen, you're seeing nothing.
Right.
Because you don't have the right mindset.
Absolutely. Well said. You hit the nail on the head. It takes time, guys. Usually this stuff takes time. You have to trust the process. But if you start working on it right now, if you start working on this path and start trusting the process right now, I promise you, every small step in the right direction will get you that much closer to your moment, right? There's another saying that I didn't put on the slide that I like to say, and it goes a little something like this. Don't try to overhaul your life overnight. Instead, what you must do is focus on making one small change at a time. Over time, those small changes will start adding up to a huge transformation, right? You have to. Don't try to think that you can do it overnight. Trust me, they're going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be barriers. There are going to be moments of depression, moments of doubt, moments of second guessing your path. But every small step in the right direction will get you closer to that lucrative moment and get you closer to your huge transformation, right? We have our beautiful ladies that will go into the whole Herbalife path, and they'll show you what they've done. They'll show you their progress. They'll show you being patient and trusting the process and the results that came from that. But we'll get into that a little later. Bottom line, guys, success takes time. What we can do is show you how to deprogram and reprogram your state of mind so you can start trusting the process.
And that's key right there.
You have to start deprogramming your current state of mind. Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people, most people come in and they're hesitant about certain things because why? They're skeptical.
And you can't be broke and be skeptical at the same time.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't go
It
together.
does not make sense. You can't be broke and be a skeptic. And that shirt is going to be available on our website. You can't be broke and be a skeptic. How does that make sense? What are you doing that's working for you? You know what I mean? And you can't sit here and say that I don't trust or I don't believe in that. You have to, at some point, try it. Jump out of the window, as we like to say. You know, at the end of the day, if you fall, once you hit rock bottom, how much lower can you go? There's nowhere else to go. You got to go back up at some point.
And I'm pretty sure you gained a lot of knowledge hitting that ground, right? And that's what happens. And the people that are skeptic, here's what happens. They lack information. They're not even educated.
Right.
And if you allow yourself to be in the position of a skeptic and you are showcasing that, people may look at you a certain way if they in a certain position because they know that you're not informed. Because if you were informed, that skeptic stance would not be you. You get what I'm saying? So you have to get out of that shell, get out of that mold. That's why when you come into a life designer situation, we like to deprogram because a lot of us have garbage in our head, and we need to remove that garbage and apply some reprogramming, some positive, some mindset situation information.
Think about it like changing the oil in your car. Like you have to drain all of that gunk out of there first, and then fill it with some brand new fresh oil. That's what deprogramming and reprogramming your current state of mind is all about. All right, so next slide. We'll get into the different types of income streams. Now, these are 7 of some of the main types of income streams, and within all of these types of income streams, you can set up so many different opportunities for yourself: earned income, business income, interest income. And I'll go into in detail what these income streams mean. So I'll start to break down the different types of streams, and I'll let you know exactly what some of them mean. So earned income, right? Earned income is your day-to-day job. It's most people's primary source of income. You work a 9 to 5, or you work 8 to 12 hours a day, and you get a paycheck bi-weekly or weekly for your services. In essence, you trade your time for money, right? That's earned income. That's what you do. Most people work that job.
Don't get trapped into that space.
Right.
Leave as soon as you can.
Right. If you can, when you can, and you will after you go through our program.
Yeah, you just need to have that power that says, I can. And once you have it, you will never go back to that space.
Absolutely. Business income. You own a business, right? And you either make or sell something, and then you sell that product or your services, and you make money for a return, you know, business income. You own a business and you earn money doing it. Interest income. Now, in this type of income, you make money from lending your money out, just like banks do, just like credit card companies do. You lend your money out. This might be a CD, P2P lending, real estate crowdfunding, you know, being a private, a hard money lender, a private lender. Laquan Williams is on the call. He knows all about lending money out and earning interest on that money, or simply just keeping your money in a savings account. You know, and keeping your money in a savings account, yeah, you earn interest off of it over a long, slow, dragged out period of time.
You would die before you see any good results from that. So,
of course, you know, at some point we also have a concept called becoming your own bank, where you become the lender, you become the bank. You earn interest off the money that you acquire, and you live a lifestyle off of it.
We actually create investors every day because we do fundings all the time, and we give people money. So these people sometimes don't know what to do with that money, and they turn around, become an investor. They invest in other people to go into that same process to get to money, and when they get their money back plus half.
Right.
You do that 5 times, you're in business.
Right. Think about that. You think about becoming that investor. And if you guys were on any of our other Zoom meetings, we talk about the cash flow quadrant. And on the right side of that cash flow quadrant, where most people want to end up is that in that investor quadrant. You want to be that investor where you can sit back, relax, and make money while you sleep. That's what we're all about. Make money while you sleep.
That's a big one too, because you have control there. You want to be in that space of an investor. It feels good because it's money to be made here.
Absolutely.
It's money all over.
Dividend income. Now, this money is money that's distributed as a result of owning shares of a company. So you buy a few shares from a company, now you become a shareholder, and now you get a weekly or a monthly or a quarterly distribution on the shares you just purchased. A lot of people use that strategy to go ahead and sit back and relax and just receive their distributions. Investing in startups, investing in our company, where you invest in other people, you invest in real estate, rental income. This right here is probably one of the most popular forms of income. You own something and you rent it out. This is probably one of the most common. A multifamily apartment, you pretty much rent an apartment in exchange for monthly payments. We'll get into that a little bit more once we have the great Laquan Williams explain how he's turned his investments into a nice residual gold. Capital gains. Capital gains are money that you earn when you sell an investment like a stock. So if you buy some stock for super cheap, at a super cheap low price, when the market is low, maybe Apple, maybe Bitcoin, whatever have you, then you make a nice profit when the market goes back up. That's another way to go ahead and start earning residual income. And royalties, last but not least, for my musicians and my creators out there. You create a product.
Or book writers.
Or book writers. There you go. You create a product or a process and you let someone use it. And now they pay you a small fee every time they do. And the example I like to use is, let's say you're a musician and you make a super dope song, and a company like Apple comes and says, hey, I like your song. I want to go ahead and put that in one of my commercials. Sure, why not? Go ahead. You got to pay me every time you play that on your commercial. Now you're sitting back. There's artists right now in the music game that are earning. Vanilla Ice, who knows Vanilla Ice? Everybody knows Vanilla Ice. He's still eating off of royalties from Ice Ice Baby. That one record that was his biggest hit.
He created generational wealth with that one record.
Right. And guess what? I mean, it's just plenty of opportunities. The song just came out again in a Spanish version that they and he's eating again, so there's many ways out here. So if you're a musician out here, if you're, just think about that for a second. All right, so these are some of the opportunities you have with Multiple Streams Group and Life Designers, right? Health, wealth, and good credit. We talked about it. There's an MLM format that we have for you to start earning income. Credit rental, I'll get into it a little bit later. But it's a company where you can buy and sell trade lines. We have a young lady on the call right now who was a supplier for credit rental. And basically you rent your credit out and get paid for it, right? Identity IQ. Identity IQ is report monitoring, credit report monitoring, and identity theft insurance. And guys, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to protect your identity, right? All of us know of someone or know someone that has gone through some type of identity theft. And if you're not protecting your identity, if you do not have some type of monitoring system in place to protect your identity, you need to get with the program. And there's also money-making opportunities for you with Identity IQ. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Legalshield, Mr. Max Pillet, he is going to get into amazing opportunities with Legalshield. This is, as a citizen of this great United States of America, you have rights, right? Why not protect those rights with your very own legal team, right? You have to, you have to protect yourself. If you're a business owner, if you're an individual, if you're getting, whatever it is, you need to be able to protect yourself. You have your own law firm in your pocket, which you can call up anytime and you can let them know what's going on and they can go ahead and fix your legal situation. Primerica is another one. Financial literacy and planning with a coach who can show you how to rearrange your existing assets. So once you start to get there, once you start to establish all of your assets, your properties, your vehicles, whatever it is, they're going to go ahead and help you establish a financial roadmap for you, your family, and your business.
And also, this is not the Primerica you know. This is, we partner with Primerica primarily for the financial literacy and education, or education that comes along with it, because we want to be able to elevate the mindset of our members or people that's looking to sharpen up that tool, which is the brain. And also they have a lot of opportunities to make an abundance of money. I mean, where's my plaque at?
Yeah, we have a plaque somewhere here. We'll find it.
There.
We'll show you in a little
But
bit.
basically, we level up all the time with these organizations that's off.
Okay.
And the idea is, you know, you buy into something that's going to be good for your life. So it comes with life insurance. It comes with the opportunity to get the financial literacy that you deserve, that you need, that you want, especially when you're making this abundance with the multiple streams of income opportunity that you're going to have. So it's not the Primerica that you may know, but this is why we bought into it, and it's been a great relationship. I would like you to continue.
Absolutely. And then Forex, day trading. You know, you trade. I don't know if you guys are familiar with day trading, but you know, you're setting yourself up for residual income with like hundreds of foreign exchange currencies, and you know that's something you can get more into if you'd like to know more. And Herbalife.
Oh yeah,
we have.
I mean, I'll tell you right now. I mean, my whole house is Herbalife. Just so you know, we buy into it when it comes to like soaps, lotion. They got the best smelling good stuff ever. I mean, talking about the meals, like probably like 100 different flavors when it comes to meal plans. Right now, because it's the fall season, they got the pumpkin spice or something.
Listen,
like
don't
that.
take away their thunder. Let them go into that. They'll get into it.
Yeah, amazing.
And
so
another amazing money making opportunity. For
being in shape, staying healthy, all that stuff, it's part of it. So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
A lot. There you go.
So really quick, just touch on the health, wealth, and good credit. Again, like we mentioned, there is a book coming out. This is the book cover right here. Yes. The Guide to Health, Wealth, and Good Credit, the Blueprint to a Fantastic Life. It will be available on our website in a couple weeks for purchase. If you're a member, you will get a free copy, and this book will be a plethora of information about everything that we're talking about. If you guys have missed all of our meetings up to now, you need to get with it. We have a meeting every other week.
That's the Bible, actually. That's the Bible for the members.
Right. So with the Health, Wealth, and Good Credit, you'll have access to the Entrepreneurship Book Club, podcast, personal and business development workshops, entrepreneur and leadership mentoring program. At Health, Wealth, and Good Credit, which is another company that we run, actually, we believe that every human is being designed to be extraordinary. We're not mediocre. You know, we have one life to live, and we have to make every second count, right? We can't. So if we live a life full of purpose and excitement, as well as feeling alive and healthy, is what we consider a normal life, right? Health, wealth, you got to have that good credit. You have to. That's the foundation of it all. So what we can do is we can help you meet the requirements of this life by introducing you to all of these aspects and these fundamental categories: health, wealth, and good credit. All right. So I'll get into the next slide. Now, credit rental, right? Here we go. We have Miss Michelle Reed on the line. Credit rental, digital platform and app for purchasing and selling trade lines. And I'll get into what that means in a second. You're going to be able to design your credit from the palm of your hands.
2.2 seconds.
2.2 seconds. If you have, so I'll get into a little bit about what credit rental is about. And those of you guys who are thinking about, you know what, how can I create another stream of income for myself? And those of you guys have gone through our process or know somebody who's gone through the process this is amazing. If you have good standing credit accounts, like a credit card that's aged or has a low balance, or maybe has a nice limit and has a good payment history, you can become a trade line supplier. Now, what's a trade line supplier? In a nutshell, what's a trade line? First of all, let's talk about what a trade line is. A trade line is a revolving line of credit that you've maintained extremely well and is reporting positively to the credit bureaus every single month. Our company, Credit Rental, will now send you money just for having good standing accounts and adding what are called authorized users. And now an authorized user, for those of you who don't know, is an individual who's added to the cardholder's existing account Now that cardholder's good standing account is going to reflect positively on that authorized user's good credit report, right? That person that was added as an authorized user is the person's good standing account is now going to reflect on that authorized user's credit report. So your job as a trade line supplier, the only job you really have is to maintain that good account, and you get paid for it. I mean, we send our clients anywhere from $150 to $300 per user added. Per slot. So if you have a good account, or you know someone that has a good account, or anybody you have a good credit card or whatever it is, we're going to send you anywhere from $150. We have suppliers that are making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 monthly just by renting their credit. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about. Now think about this for a second. Imagine being a supplier that has multiple good standing accounts, or you've gone through our credit design process and now you're immediately a supplier, or you in a year or two you become a supplier. Again, you're making $5,000 to $10,000 monthly just for being responsible and keeping your accounts clean. When have we ever been rewarded like this for being responsible? A lot of times, no one really recognizes the good that you do. They just want to point out the bad. You know what I'm saying? So sounds like a solid plan if you ask me. And we can go over this program more in detail for any of those who have some questions. Just leave your information in the chat, or leave your questions in the chat, and we can get to it. So we have some more information in this PowerPoint. I don't want to take too much time up. So what I want to do is end it here. I want to open the floor for any questions, any comments, any concerns, but this is why having multiple streams of income is so important, because you want to be protected all the way through. You have to think about the future. You have to start thinking about setting yourself up long-term. You have to start thinking about, if you're in that cycle, stop trading your time for money and start doing the opposite. Every day I'm here to take my daughter to school. I'm here to kiss her goodnight. I'm not missing any holidays. I'm not missing any birthdays. I'm not missing anything. I want to be able to live a lifestyle where I can, at some point, sit back, relax, and watch my kids and my grandkids grow up.
That's a fact, because I used to work for the dealership, and I was doing 13, 14, 16 hours a day. Saturday was the biggest day, and you got to make the money. That was the big day you make the money. And this Saturday is my son's Carter's birthday.
My nephew.
All right, and if I was doing such a thing, I would miss that birthday, and it would not happen. You get what I'm saying? So I'm here for everything. I see my kids every day, every night. It's the abundance that comes with that freedom, and we appreciate the space that we're in, and that's why we're here presenting this, because we want to be able to show you another path, another way. The system that you're in is not it. The system that you're in is a trap for you not to be great, because there's other people outside of that system being super great, living a wonderful life, and guess what? They don't have a bigger brain than you. They just have an idea. They just have an idea to do it differently. And we want you to do it differently. Absolutely. So without no further ado,
Mr. Max. What's the word, Max? Man, you got a new hairdo here.
Oh, man, I love it.
Like
What's going on?
What's going on?
Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Oh, you guys sound like Darth Vader. I don't know if that's me.
I'll go ahead.
All right. Jason, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly, since you're on camera. Yes? All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Mario West, appreciate the introduction so much. You guys are amazing. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick, if I can find everything. So hang on one second. It's funny how we're, everybody's totally a Zoom society. Yes, you do. You sound like you're underwater. Jason, confirm? Yes? Do they sound clear or no?
Hey, dog, don't call my name like that. I ain't here. Now, they do sound like the Matrix or something. I don't know what that is, but. Y'all gotta change your microphone, get a Samsung, do something.
Oh, man. All right, good.
You talking about entertainers, they know the best microphone is the Samsung.
I'm biased, so I say the same thing. Wes, Mario, if you can give me a thumbs up if the screen is being shared properly. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Listen, number one, thank you guys so much for having me on. I know we have some amazing guest speakers also as well. And I want to appreciate the Life Designers team and for what they're doing. You know, I remember getting a chance to connect with them a while back and hearing about their mission, their drive, and the things that they're doing, trying to make a person not better in one part of their life, but their entire life. And, you know, that's something that's a breath of fresh air because my wife and I, we've been in our industry now for almost 18 years, and we've been trying to spread this message, but they've actually built a business around making people better. And I don't think there's any better business when it comes to exactly what we want to do as far as designing our lives. I love the Grant Cardone in the beginning. We had him at a keynote at one of our conferences last year, and seeing him on the front row live is absolutely unbelievable. You know, I listened to some of the things he said. I don't agree with everything Grant Cardone says, but I know one thing: the man knows how to put dollars in pockets. So he's definitely an amazing person, and getting a chance to see him in person has been amazing as well. So guys, listen, my name is Max Pillay. My wife and I, you can see here her on the screen here. We've been with our company now, Legalshield. Well, not our company, but we've been part of Legalshield, independent with them now for a little over 17 years. This November will be 18 years. I feel old saying that. But we've been with the company now, got started as college students, and we were introduced to a business model that has allowed us to live a job-free lifestyle now for over 17 years. So we're excited to share with you just one way where we can add assets, you know, add more dollars in our asset column, because that's what Robert Kiyosaki talks about. That's what all top earners talk about is, you know, just building wealth, right? I once heard it said that rich is having money, but wealth is having time and money. Because what good is it to make $1 million a year, but you're tied to putting the effort in, when I would rather make $250K a year and not have to go to work to chase after that dollar. So today we're going to talk about our company real quickly, Legalshield. And we're going to talk to you about two things. We're going to talk to you about our app, and we're going to talk to you about a little bit about our business model. This is just be a teaser, but you'll get a full understanding of exactly what it is and how it works. Now, most of us can remember a time where we used to shop at a shopping mall. Doesn't happen anymore, right? Everything is about an app on our phone. The most prime real estate in anything that we do now is on our cell phone. Can you imagine that, right? Ladies and gents, I mean, how many Amazon Prime members in the house? You know, probably got packages on the doorstep right now or on the way, right? So there's a thing called the justice system, and unfortunately, we're all priced out of it. Or I should say most people are priced out of it. And most people can get only as much justice as they can afford. So we've partnered, myself and my wife, with a company called Legalshield now for about 17 years that is giving everyday people access to their legal rights. Why is this important? They say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. We can all finish that phrase, right? But they say the rich get richer because they have access to a lot of money. And with that money, they always tend to make better decisions. But when an average person wants to make a better decision, who do they call? Mom, dad, brother, sister, family, friend, aunts, or Google, right? And quite frankly, is it better to get legal advice, or is it better to get a legal opinion? So all of us would agree that legal advice is where it's at. So how do we do that without having to spend $200, $300, $400 an hour? That's why I love my company, Legalshield. So Legalshield, our company, guys, we've been here for over 48 years. We check the boxes in all the business stats. You know, we've been here for over almost 50 years. We're in all 50 states, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I mean, the business community has known about us since we got started. It's just the everyday person may not know that we exist yet, because you have to be introduced by someone that you know. So have you ever signed a document or a contract, or been treated unfairly, had a landlord-tenant issue, thought about preparing your will, had an identity theft issue, had a real estate transaction? Most of us can answer yes to at least some or all of these questions, but what do we do about it when they happen? Think about the time and place that we live in right now, right? COVID-19 era. I mean, COVID-19, I mean, it smacked everybody in the life back in March, right? You know, people are having issues with scams and unemployment questions and should I or when should I update a will and trust and making sure that they have power of attorneys in place. But all of these things are costly. So what we have here is the Legalshield mobile app. With this app, you're going to be able to download it on your phone, get access to the legal justice system, and not break the bank to go out there and do it. The first two features on our app are very important. The first one is called Ask Legal Questions. So that's a little button right here. 24 hours a day, you have Erin, our Legalshield bot, and you can ask her questions just by typing it in. 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Get the most common legal responses that have been filtered by our law firms across the country. By the way, again, these first two features are FREE, free. The next one is try our Legal Forms app. With the Legal Forms app, you're going to have access to a library of forms all across the country that can be generated right through your mobile phone, and you can create a binding legal contract for buying or selling, for entering into an agreement with somebody, or if you just want to make yourself or your business a little bit more credible, you can actually do it on your mobile phone, and you can create that legally binding contract. For example, my wife was lending money to an acquaintance, didn't know her for that long. She was able to boop, 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 put in her name, put in her number, how much she's lending her, when she's supposed to pay it back. And if, guess what? If she didn't pay it back, she has a legally binding contract on her phone that was created. So you have this and a ton of other features on the app as well. But now we're going to talk about the premium features. And you know what? You know, my wife and I, like I said, we've been with Legalshield now for a long time. And I can't imagine myself as a human being and a business owner being without Legalshield. Number one, everybody on this line probably knows someone who's an accountant or who's an attorney. And quite frankly, accountants and attorneys, they charge 100, 200, 300, whatever it is per hour. Most people don't use attorneys every day because if we did, we'd be charged every single time that we use them. So if you're a business owner, which, you know, some of you may be, or you may be thinking about owning your own business, that's why you're in something like this as far as Life Designers is concerned, then you want to make sure that you protect that asset, protect your family. And how do you do that? The first thing is personal legal advice. 9 to 5, pick up the phone, speak to an attorney on an unlimited number of issues and not have to worry about the bill at the end. I had a situation, $28 cell phone issue, was able to contact Legalshield, and as you see on your screen, they can write letters, make phone calls. The attorney wrote a letter off to AT&T, all of a sudden they can make an exception and give you my money back. But how about the serious situations, like a $5,000 issue where a friend went to purchase some furniture, but lo and behold, she found out that that furniture was advertised down the block for $5,000 less. They didn't want to match it. They didn't want to give her a deposit back, which she did the day before. Long story short, Legalshield entered the picture and was able to get her security deposit back. What we're saying is that we get pushed around. We let things happen all the time, or we try to huff and puff and blow that business's house down trying to handle it ourselves. What do wealthy people do though? You know what? I'm not going to deal with this on my own. I'm going to contact my law firm, let them take care of it. That's what you have with Legalshield. They'll review your contracts and documents before you sign them as well. We also have a business plan. We're not talking about the business plan here, but it's important to know that we do have one. Well, they'll also review your business documents as well. Get a moving violation? Don't sweat it. You're not going to pay $300, $400 an hour for an attorney to go to court. Have Legalshield represent you, and they'll actually take care of that ticket to go fight that ticket for you in court to either A, reduce the points or completely wipe it out. Why is this important to me? Wes and Mario, I've gotten 9 moving violations since I've been a member. And what I'm excited to tell you is that whether I got it in Virginia, like I made an illegal U-turn in front of a state trooper, or in California when I was speeding through a construction zone, or right here in New York where I made an illegal left turn, you know, whatever it is, they'll go to court for you and they'll represent you in court. And I didn't have to pay a dime outside of my membership fee. They were able to reduce the fines to the points to 0. And all I had to do was send them the documentation right through my app and just click, 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 send the ticket to them. And they went to handle that for me. That is amazing. The next thing we have is start a legal document. Listen, if you're in any capacity investing money, starting a business, if you're living, the one thing that we should have is a last will and testament. If we don't have a last will and testament, you can have the life insurance, the policies, the 401ks, the IRAs, but if you don't have these things documented in a will, guess what? The state of whatever state that you live in can come in and take half or decide through probate what's going to happen. I recently, unfortunately, lost my mother June 4th of 2020. So we're talking about 3 months ago, right?
So sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Now, my mom, business owner, physician, businesses in multiple states. I did not know that my mother did not have a will. And if I could explain to you the chaos, the heartache, the destruction, the turmoil, just from not having a will, listen, you would run and go do one. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or a thousandaire, or whatever it is, right? It's important to have a last will and testament so that way you can dictate what happens to your assets that you've worked so hard for. Listen, most people on here are people of color, and we live in a completely different world than everybody else. We all know that if you're questioned, detained, or arrested, you have the right to an attorney. But guess what? Most people don't have an attorney to call on. But with Legalshield, push a button 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can call an attorney right there on the spot. I was in New Jersey a few months ago, and me and my brother were talking outside of my aunt's home. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. One police officer comes, starts asking us questions, calls another squad car, calls another squad car. We're surrounded by 6 police officers, and we're totally confused. I said, "Officer, can I please reach for my cell phone?" Reached for my cell phone, put it on speaker, called my law firm. My uncle came out and said, "Who are you calling?" I said, "Legalshield, leave me alone." I called them, put them on speaker. All of a sudden, that situation was completely diffused, and they left within 5 minutes of that conversation. What we're telling you is that you need to protect your rights. But how are we going to do it? With Legalshield 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So how do we make money with Legalshield? We have a ton of ways to do that. There are 4 different ways. We're not going to go over all of them, in super detail, because again, this is an introduction. It's to know that this type of thing exists. But basically, we all go to the movies, or we used to go to the movies. We watch Netflix or Hulu now at home, right? We've all been to good restaurants before. And whenever we tell people about a good restaurant or about a good movie, and one of our friends goes there, we don't get anything. We don't get paid, right? We refer people to things all day long, but how? Why? Because we know the thing that we're referring to them is good because we've experienced it ourselves. So what happens if you have Legalshield yourself and you say, "Hey man, hey brother, hey sister, I learned about this amazing app, watch this video, let me know what you think." Then you will actually get paid anywhere from $60 to $280 per transaction. Plus you earn the opportunity to earn residual income on that member for the life of that member. Let me put it in layman's terms, right? You have Netflix. You refer me to Netflix, and Netflix pays you $20 up front. Will you tell more people about Netflix? Absolutely. Now, if I continue to pay my Netflix bill, which I have for many, many years now, every single month, Legalshield will pay, Netflix will pay you a portion of that every single month. Now, does that happen right now? Absolutely not. But we refer people to things all day long. But in Legalshield, it does. Most people who get started with Legalshield can make an extra $500 to $2,000, $3,000 in their first month just referring the service to their family and friends. Not doing a fancy presentation, pushing a button on the phone, and instantly sharing a video with how they can get protected for themselves and their businesses. The reason we share the business model is because, listen, you didn't grow up to do Legalshield, right? You have a passion and a purpose for what you're trying to do with your life. That's why you're with Life Designers. So maybe you want to fuel another business, right? I'm looking to start another business, but guess what? I don't have to go get a business loan from a bank, because with the money that I'm earning from Legalshield over the course of the years, I don't have to dig in somebody else's pocket to put myself in deficit to build my business. So in Legalshield, it just offers another avenue where you can share something amazing with people, get paid for referring it, and feel good about it because it's an amazing service. We also pay bonuses. Like I mentioned before, we pay residuals. So that means the person gets it now, you get paid now. But after they keep the membership, you get paid month after month, year after year. So I believe that, listen, a presentation is great, right? But I believe that life is what you live, but style is how you live it. I'm going to let you into a little bit about our life right now. This is my lovely wife in the middle. This is us hanging out at one of the trips that you get a chance to qualify for. So if you like to travel, Legalshield, you can qualify for some amazing trips. I think this was to Cabo St. Lucas last year. This is us hanging out at the foam party, the pool party. And guess what? Every single person in the pool outside of the bartender is a part of our company. That is flat out amazing. It was over 500 people on this particular vacation. All expense paid. Again, the food, the gratuity. This is just us hanging out at a local event that we had here in New York. We like to have fun. It's not just about making money. It's making money, helping people, and having fun. This is us at a Dallas conference. Again, just learning. I think for this particular conference, it was Mr. Damon John, who was actually the keynote speaker. So it's just, again, it's just us having fun, helping people, and, you know, getting mentored by, you know, look at this guy, right? Mr. Damon John, Mr. Shark Tank himself. So again, listen, Legalshield has been one of the best things for me and my wife. We're so thankful for it because, again, it helps us to make better decisions. If you're not about making better decisions, then of course, Legalshield, forget it. Just put it out your mind. But there's no way in the world that we can continue to do our life the same exact way if we're not connecting with somebody to help us to make the best decisions. And the best way that I know is that for $25 a month, that's right, $25, you can have access to this app and you can now make best decisions with law firms all across the country for you and for your business. So this is my contact info, email, phone number. I guess I started to type my website there, but I didn't. But you have my email and my phone number there. You can drop any questions in the chat. You can always email me or text me or call me directly. If there's anything that I can help you guys do as far as learning about Legalshield, you let me know. We've been thrilled. It's been almost, again, 18 years. It's a blessing to get a chance to work with this company. We haven't worked a job now because of it. And we just—
Say that again, one more time. You haven't what?
We haven't worked a job in over 17 years. We don't we don't have a secret job at Walmart that we're stocking at night or nothing like that. You know, we're not driving Uber. We're not driving Uber after this. It's been 100% Legalshield, and we've been blessed to have a purely residual basis income where it now allows us to go out there and help other people build their dreams and continue to build other businesses. Listen, guys, Wes, Mario, you know, people don't brag about you guys enough. You guys are doing some tremendous things with Multiple Streams Group, with Life Designers. You guys are flat out amazing. I wish I could stay on to listen to your wives, though. Forget about y'all. I wish I had my wife on and listening to y'all wives, because I know.
Because normally we tone them out. This time we're gonna listen.
Hey, there we go. Smart men.
Smart
men. God bless. Back to you guys. Appreciate you guys much.
Max, you're the best, man. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for the plethora of information you provided for everyone on this call. If you guys didn't take anything away from this, man, I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but Max, I appreciate you, brother, all the way through.
My pleasure, man. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thank you, brother. And it's all about taking action, you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about taking action. You know, it's like reading a book. You don't just read the book. You apply what you just read. You take it into action. You don't hesitate. You don't procrastinate. And procrastination is the #1 killer of people's dreams. Don't procrastinate. Don't lay on the couch, and just get out there and do something. But we have a next presenter.
Absolutely. Mr. Laquan. Well, any questions, first of all? Before we go in,
Yeah, let's get some interaction.
let's get a little interaction going. Anybody have any comments, questions, concern? I think Miss Michelle Reed asked if you can put his info back in the chat. I think he did, or if he didn't, Max, if you're still there, so if you can drop that really quick.
And Max, you know, that was Michelle, right? Michelle Reed is an entrepreneur, and she's inspired to do wonderful things. And I think in her mission of greatness, she needs to have this type of partnership. So you being the guy that, you know, that's articulate and you are able to deliver information properly, I think you will have a good conversation with her. And I want the best for her, you know?
Awesome. No problem. We should definitely connect.
Very good. And everybody else too. You know, Max is definitely a great individual to know, you know, networking wise, information wise, and you know, opportunity wise. So if you are looking for different opportunities just to get mentored on different aspects, don't be afraid to give him a call, give us a call. But at the end of the day, this is part of the process, and hopefully you guys are buying into the process, because this is the direction that we're on, and it has been working tremendously for our friends, families, and we want y'all to be a part of all that.
Beautiful. Laquan Williams. Good evening, my brother. Good evening.
You can hear me?
I call. Yes, we can hear you.
You speak a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. Can you turn it up a little bit?
I'm at my max volume. Should I get my headphones?
There we go. I think it's a little better.
Nah, you're kind of low though still. Can you say something?
Yeah, grab your headphones. Grab your headphones. I see Max diligently writing some numbers down, so be expecting some calls, guys. I hope the mic is better. The mic is better.
Jason, you our guy. Can you hear us clearly?
Is he there? He probably stepped away. Good? All right. Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Miranda, can you hear us clearly? Or Blake?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, cool. Good. Very good.
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
No comments, no questions, no concerns. We're waiting for Mr. Quan to go ahead and get his headphones. If you guys are joining late, Mr. Laquan Williams is heavy into the real estate. He owns a contracting company who goes ahead and puts the work into the properties that he's investing in. He's been doing it for some time now, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about what he does and how he, we went recently on a flip field trip he put together. That was amazing. That was amazing. He showed us 3 of his properties in New Jersey, East Orange, that are very close by to us. And he took us on a whole educational field trip. We were there literally looking at his properties that he has in the works. He was showing you all types of the scope of work, what you need to get the money you need to borrow to invest in these properties. I mean, he introduced us to his realtor, the entire situation for you to go ahead and start creating that residual. And most people want to get into real estate first and foremost. I mean, most people we ask that, what are your goals in life? What are you going to do with this newfound credit and money? Well, I want to invest in the real estate. And Laquan Williams has mastered that. So I want to welcome him to this call. I know he's getting his audio situation situated.
And I believe he's been in the game for about 20 years or close to that, if not that. And he has a company called Canvas Contractors. For those of you who are looking to get their feet wet when it comes to real estate, I mean, you definitely want to partner up with somebody that has that experience, not that book smart experience, but that hands-on in the streets experience. You need that. And before we get started real quick.
While we're waiting for Laquan to go ahead and get his audio together, I'm going to share an actual episode. He has about 9 or 10 episodes from the flip field trip we went to recently in East Orange. So I'll share with you guys the first episode of that series right now. Let me just share my screen. And it was an amazing experience, man. That was well put together, brother. I mean, this was great. So can you guys see that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just bring the screen out. Let me just press play here.
Share the mic.
Mm-hmm.
To see the houses in the condition that you're gonna buy it in. This is kind of what you're gonna pull up to.
We're gonna restart that, guys. Just because I think I didn't to share the audio.
Everybody don't know I'm Quan. Thanks for coming out. Pretty much where we at right now, this 232 Shepherd. This is a house that we recently acquired. We came here first because I kind of wanted everybody to see the houses in the condition that you're gonna buy it in. This is kind of what you're gonna pull up to. It's not gonna be too safe in there. The stairs may be fucked up. It may be holes in the floor. You entering at your own risk. Everybody know that from now. Be careful, watch where you're walking at. These stairs is a little shaky at the top especially. The lighting not that good. It may be spider webs, all that good stuff. The house is not clean at all. It was hoarders here. It's pretty much an abandoned house. So if you're interested in flips, this is how you gotta go see houses, and you gotta be able to see the vision like this. So when you see it all cleaned out and it looks decent and you kind of can see what gets done to it, then you see the after, that's not it. This is it right here. So you gotta be able to walk in this and see the vision, man, of the money being made. Our first stop on the flip field trip, 232 Shepherd. I just kind of wanted to bring people out to see this house and pretty much the condition that you're gonna come see it in, that you're gonna buy it in. So this is pretty much what it looks like. You gotta be able to see the vision when you come, know what to do with it, know how to price it, know how to bring it back to life, and know how to get it sold. So if you come, you can see, like this is how you're gonna get the house. This is how you gotta be able to bid it and buy it. So You know, you gotta come with a good vision in mind and know what to do, know how much it's gonna cost, and know what to make it look like. I kind of want y'all to know about this thing called the scope of work, right? So the scope of work is pretty much what you have to know that needs to be done in the house to kind of get it at its top level to where it can resell for the most amount of money. So when you go into the house, you need to know, okay, I need to run new electrical, I need to run new plumbing, I need new floors, I need this, I need that. So that's all included in the scope of work, because I want you to kind of see the rundown of what your scope of work should look like and what you should be looking for when you go into these houses. And that kind of puts you at a spot to where you know what you could buy the house at, what your budget is to get it done, and then what you can sell it for to make a profit.
Better now?
That was, yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely. That was great. That was great. And there's many more episodes, Quan. If you want us to show another one, brother, you let me know. We'll do that. But I want you to introduce yourself, let people know, exactly how you got started, and what you're into. And if they have any questions, feel free to ask. This is going to be kind of an open forum, but just let people know what you do and how to, get started creating residual income for themselves in the real estate game.
So my audio good? It's better? You can hear me?
Yeah, that's good right there.
Oh, okay. So I got started in real estate 2005, right before everything kind of went under. And I got started in Albany, New York. I was just out there. I did business as far as like party promotions and hosting events and stuff like that. And an older guy from out there, he was actually from Brooklyn as well, where I'm from. And he just saw what the money was in the party promotions and the club scenes. And he was like, hey, you looking for somewhere to park your money at? I got this real estate thing going on. You should get involved with it. Plus, he knew my family had a background in construction. So he's just like, look, you got the guys for it. You could easily get this done. So I thought about it. I was definitely into different ways of making money from early on. So I went in, I bought a property and just kind of went with it. And I haven't looked back since.
Beautiful. Now, go ahead, Quan.
The floor is yours, Quan. We want
Just fast forwarding up to now. It kind of, I just transitioned kind of from just doing flips to kind of all around. So I just went from flips to rental properties to land property to put in my own businesses inside of my buildings. Just multiple streams of income, kind of like y'all said in the beginning. So I just kind of like just branched that out and then just use everything that came in from my real estate and my other businesses just to kind of like cover that. And then up until now where I kind of introduced everybody with the flip field trip, and it's kind of like now I just came to the space to where it's like people come at me from so many different angles and they want to get into different things and they want to get involved in real estate. And I can't spend time with everyone trying to show them this or show them that or answer their calls or their questions. So I just invited everybody out. And I don't charge anybody. This is my one thing that I give back with, and it's the flip field trip. And I just kind of give them just a brief overview of the real estate business and kind of put all the ducks in a row. I brought everybody out to kind of get them where they need to be. You guys came, talked about life designers and credit. I had my realtor there. I had the hard money person there. And so I just flat out gave them the whole blueprint of what they need to get going. Now, if they want to dive into it further, do their due diligence, get their LLC, everything set up, kind of like Max presented, which is a great platform with the legal forms and everything. Outside of having an attorney, that's definitely a good thing to have on hand. So once they get all of that set up, they could come back to me, and then I could do more so like a business consultant type deal. I have different programs that I offer to bring people in on a real estate thing if they don't feel comfortable enough going out doing it on their own, which I don't suggest they should do on their first flip, because it's like it's a lot of pitfalls that you're gonna have to get through, even going in with the best coach and with the best team. So to avoid all of the unnecessary stuff, it's kind of a big advantage, and it's small margin. So you want to avoid as much as you can.
Absolutely. Quan, I know that there's a lot of things you have to have in place before you start getting involved in real estate. I know there's, credit situation. There's, acquiring the funds you need. I know there's that type of stuff. Skipping over that, let's talk about the money. Like, on average, what is a rough amount of residual income that one could potentially earn on either a fix or flip, or just to give me a scenario, a fix or flip, or investing in a rental property, like, a multi-unit building or something of that nature. Just create a scenario for me really quick. Let's say you want to get into your first fix and flip, kind of like you did on the field trip. Hypothetically, here's the number, here's the house, here's how much you can
All
earn.
different scenarios of real estate, different aspects of it that you've been a part of.
All right. So the first aspect of getting into this, that I would say the easiest way to kind of get into it, to kind of make money, would be wholesaling. Wholesaling isn't as easy as people think. It's just getting a house, putting it under contract, selling it to somebody else. It sounds that good on the surface, but it's also about having the people on the back end to buy those houses constantly from you as you get them under contract. So wholesalers, basically, they go out, it's called driving for dollars. They knock on doors, they talk to people in the neighborhood, and they push to kind of get houses for below market value. And it's a fairly, I would say, fair game out for wholesaling, because someone could not want to talk to me, but they'll want to talk to you. They'll want to talk to a female. They'll want to talk to somebody that they feel like reminds them of, somebody they did business with. So I feel wholesaling is a fair game. And it's more so just getting that one person that's comfortable with you and they're willing to sell. You can wholesale anywhere. I like to tell people to start where they're from, because the people there in the area. You grew up with them. You watch their kids grow up. You probably helped them across the street, that type of deal. And if you go through the channels, like Max said, you can easily create the type of forms that you need to get a house under contract. Now, once you got that house under contract, you could bring that house to me and sell me the contract. So the house could be next to a good school. It could be on a main street. It could have an oversized lot. So all the things you might not even know about as a wholesaler in the beginning, but you kind of, that falls into your lap. So now you have gold pretty much on your hands. And this lady say, okay, I'm moving to Florida anyway. I like to sell a house for $75,000. So you're like, all right, cool. You bring the house back and you say, look, I got this house. This lady want to sell for $75,000. How much can I get for it? And it depends. So it's like, all right, where is it? What's the comps in the area? What are the other houses selling for? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? So it could potentially be a house that's worth $400,000. And I'm sure work probably needs to be done to it. So you would subtract that from it. And then you could kind of see, okay, well, I got the contract for $75,000. I could easily sell this contract for $125,000. It needs $75,000 worth of work, because you would bring in a contractor, hopefully, and let them kind of go over everything with you and say, okay, this and this needs to be done. So 125 for the contract, 75 in work, that's 200,000. And then you letting a person know, look, you can resell this house back for 400,000. So it's so much room there for growth when you're dealing with wholesaling deals. To get them under contract, execute the contracts, it's not that easy as it seems, but it is the money's there. You guys can hear me still? Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, you're good.
Yes,
right,
I hear.
Yes.
Outside of wholesaling, it's a lot more to go with that. It's a whole, that's a whole network on its own. So I definitely advise people, especially if you're trying to come into real estate with little to no money, that's a way to get in. And you can easily tap into your network around you and get stuff under contract, or potentially find people that want to buy, even if you don't get it under contract, and then bring it back to me, bring it back to your attorney, somebody. You can find ways to get those deals done and make money off of it, but just make sure you create the proper paperwork so that you get paid from the deal as well. And that person don't just run off with the other person just because they got the bag, So outside of wholesaling, the second way to get in, I would say, would be to get your credit right. If you have a 9-to-5 job still, and you have everything going for yourself, with good credit, I would say FHA and conventional. More so the FHA because it's cheaper, as far as like what you have to put down. But conventional gives you, I think conventional gives you more leverage on the house you want to buy. So if I have a 3-family for sale, it may be things that FHA say is wrong with the house or reasons why they won't approve the house. But conventional may look past those things and push the deal through because they're not as tough on certain guidelines. So the next way would be, I would say, just house hack is what it's called. You get 4 units. I believe that's the most you could get. You live in 1 unit, you rent out the other 3. Usually 1.5 of the units when they're rented out will cover your mortgage. So you're living for free. You get one tenant that's pretty much helping you kind of bank what he's giving you. So if you say each tenant is $1,500 a month, so that's $4,500 a month coming in, and you're living for free in 1 unit. Typically, your mortgage shouldn't be over the $3,000 mark. So the other additional $1,500 you'll be able to kind of bank and build off of. After the first year, you could refinance out of your FHA. And a lot of people get it confused that FHA, you can only use it once, or it's for first-time home buyers, and it's not. So you could use a FHA more than once, but you have to stay in it for the first year at least. Sometimes you have more stipulations than that. Just be on time with your mortgage and, fulfill a contract on that. And it's easy for you to just go out and get other loans. Switch out to conventional on your 4-family. You go out, refinance off of the FHA and get a 3-family. The same thing, put tenants in it, live in a unit, move, do it to a 2-family, all the way until you get to the house of your dreams. And then by the time you get there, everything should be paid for. Everything good so far? Y'all can still hear me?
No, I still heard, man. Quality information.
Yeah, definitely quality information.
Absolutely.
So
Any questions? Anybody have any questions for Quan? No?
Yeah, so far we did wholesaling and we did house hacking. All right, so that's wholesaling, that's house hacking. The next way would be flipping. So the cheapest way to go into flipping is a 203K loan. So 203K loans is kind of on the same guidelines as FHA and conventional, where you're getting the money from the bank. You still in that margin where it's 3.5 to 6-7% down. But the good thing is the bank is backing your renovation for your house. So this is the first type of loan where you can actually do renovations to a home and you're getting the money at the cheapest rate outside of using a hard money lender, which we'll get into next. So the only downside to 203K is that you have to get a 203K certified contractor. It's really hard to vet these contractors. They're really expensive. And the reason why is because the 203K contractors have to foot about 40% of the renovation before they start to get paid back from the bank. So if you have a house that's that you get is $250,000, but its ARV and the after repair value is $400,000. Most of the time, the 203K contractors want at least $100,000 to get that house up to par, because he has to foot so much of that bill that it has to make sense for him on the back end, because now his money is tied up in your property, your investment. So he isn't making any money outside of the work that he's doing for you on his property. And then he can't get paid until the work is done, and then the bank issues a draw to pay him back for the work that was done. So it's a pretty expensive process on the contracting side, but you always end up typically with some type of equity left in it. I would say anywhere from 10 to 15%. It isn't much, but you build out the house of your dreams that you want to live in it, how you want to live in it, where you want to live in it. So if that's something you're looking to get into, then 203K is that for you. You also can use 203K for investment wise. It's a lot more complications, and it's a lot more things that you kind of gotta qualify for when it's more than one unit, but it can be done. And like I said, that's kind of the cheapest way to use the bank money to kind of make money. The next way would be flipping. So flipping, pretty much you have to do through hard money or you have to do through cash. You can leverage some or most of credit to do it if you want to kind of go into it and take less from the hard money and you're paying less in fees. So typically when you go into a hard money deal, they want 20% down on the loan. So if you're looking at a house and it's 200,000, you know, you would be paying close to 50,000 before you even secure the property. On top of that, you have the appraisal, you have the inspection, you have all you take swaps, you have your attorney fees. So it gets pretty pricey with flips. And I kind of like to walk through all the fees with everyone before they kind of get into a flip, because people just think that you just walk in, you put your 20% down and that covers everything and you're good to go, but it doesn't. You even have to foot the first part of the construction. So if you go into the house and like we said, we go over the scope of work for the house, you know, that kind of gives you the breakdown on what needs to be done. So that's what your contractor would give you. So if your scope of work is 100,000, you need 30,000 to start that job, between paying a contractor, getting the material, and that money has to come from you on the front end. But the hard money lender does reimburse you with that money in what's called draws. So you have to finish the first draw yourself. So that would consist of like the demo, the rough electrical, rough plumbing, whatever that first phase is, you have to foot that bill on your own. And when you complete that first draw, inspector will come out and they'll go over everything, okay your draw, and they'll kind of give you back that money, and you just keep doing the process over and over again, which is usually 4 to 5 times before you complete the house. But that's if you have a great contractor. A lot of times, this is what people fall short in the flipping, is that you have to go into this with your team in play. You can't go into this, get the loan, get the house, and then start looking for a contractor, then start looking for an attorney. It's like everything has to be in play with this before you get the wheels rolling. It's kind of like a car. Like you want to just make sure that, you know, you got the wheels on, the engine, transmission, everything is in it, is gassed up. So when you turn that key, you take off, you know? And I see so many people go into this and they're so anxious. They see that, oh, you can make 100,000 off this flip. Yeah, you can if it's executed properly, 100%, you know? It's small margins in here, and booking one wrong contractor can shoot out 50% of your bottom line. If he goes in there and he does 50,000 worth of work and you pay him, you run through the material, and now he can't finish the job for whatever reason, and the inspector comes out and they do a stop work order, now you're stuck. You have to get a new contractor. Most of the time you got to get new material, you got to do another demo, rip that stuff back out. So flipping is not something that I really recommend, like someone going in on their own on the first time. I recommend them going in with someone who's an established flipper already, so that you could kind of like fill out the process, see what really needs to go into it, and how each step goes, what you should be looking for in a contractor, the type of work that they should be doing, just to kind of like vet the process out. The average flip, you can make good money. I would say anywhere from 15 to 30% on a flip. But like I said, that's with proper execution, proper planning, and just kind of like having all your ducks in a row. I want to quickly just go over a few things to look for. And this is like the areas where you could kind of like find your flips. So the first one would be foreclosures. A lot of people go after these properties. It's a good way to get properties for cheap, for I would say 50% of value. But the downside to foreclosures is this, that a lot of times they're caught up in the courts in the town. So it takes a long time kind of for you to close out on that, get the title back, and kind of clear all the paperwork. So if you have 30,000 to your name and you go in and you buy this property, it may take you 8 months, 9 months to get that property done when you're going in with foreclosures and auction properties. And a lot of people don't know this. They think you just go in, you buy this property, and you just go straight in and get to it, but you can't, because you have to wait for all of the paperwork to clear. So it's a good way, foreclosures and auctions, to get the properties, but also you just have to be ready, because it's a waiting game with that, and sometimes it could be long. The next, we went through wholesaling. The next would be on what they call on market property. So you basically getting it through a realtor. So realtors are great to go through because most of the times a lot of the work is pretty much already done for you. It's there. The titles was ran on the properties, or the titles are most of the times they're free and clear. The property's already listed. An appraisal was already done because they did the appraisal before it was listed. So a lot of the pitfalls that you will run into with auction properties and foreclosed properties, you kind of won't with properties that's on market. But also, a lot of times the margins aren't as big with the on market properties. But the good thing is you could close these on market properties with hard money or in cash deals in a week. So whereas to somebody got a deal, this just actually happened. One of my boys got a deal through an auction, and they told him he can't close on his property until December of this year. Meanwhile, I got a property I'm about to close on next week, and I'm gonna be out of that property within 30 days. So his money's tied up, and I'm gonna do probably about 3 flips before he can even touch that property. So it's a tough market, and I would say when you can, try to play in all fields where you're buying foreclosures, you're getting on market deals, you're getting wholesale deals, you're getting off market deals. So it's kind of like having multiple streams of income, but in real estate, because you can't just wait on the wholesale to come or the auctions to come up. You'll never really keep making money and keep your team working. And when you get a good team of workers or contractors, you kind of want to keep them working and keep things moving along, because you could go from one house to the next seamlessly. Like we're to the point now to where in every kind of like area that we do flips in, we can do 3 or 4 flips in that area at a time, because we have those type of teams in play to where we go from doing our demo to our rough electrical, rough plumbing, then send those guys to the next house to start that as well. And then we bring the contractors from the last house, they start the build out, let them go to the next house, bring in the painters, they start sanding and painting. So I could run through a house in 4 or 5 weeks. Whereas that's kind of like unheard of for most people. Before I even get a certificate of occupancy back from the city, I'm calling in for a certificate of occupancy to sell the house that I just bought. They're like, what are you doing? But it goes that quick. I'd rather take the fine and get my certificate of occupancy and keep it moving than wait 3 months for them to give me the certificate of occupancy for me to start the work. I'm losing time here, and time is money. So I take a $5,000 fine just to keep it moving and keep my guys working before I let them go on and work for somebody else. And now I'm sitting on my hands for 6 weeks, 8 weeks until they finish somebody else's project. So I try to keep buying properties from a lot of different angles so that I can keep those guys working, keep the teams going, and just keep making money in this business. Any questions?
Wow.
That was amazing. Listen, you have a lot of quality information going out into the Zoom right here. And I think you answered a lot of people's questions without even asking it.
Right. And I know you guys have
One question in the chat. It says, are there any opportunities to invest in Brooklyn, or is Jersey the only way to go?
That's corn stomping ground.
All right. So I would say there are opportunities to invest in Brooklyn. It depends on kind of your capital or your backers. Brooklyn we know that's $1 million playground. So you have to come into the game with 200,000 or more cash, great credit, great contractors. You have to be ready to sit and wait for your plans to clear with the city, get your proper permits, because those fines in the city are hefty. So I do have deals or know people with great deals in Brooklyn, but like I said, it's $1 million properties. So if you have the capital, then yeah, I could get it done. Jersey is a great way to go to build up your bank, because there's deals there's deals everywhere in Jersey, and you can come into a Jersey game with 40 to 50,000. I tell people 75,000 comfortably, because you kind of want to have that cushion room in case anything goes wrong. So 75,000 on an average deal in Jersey, to kind of get the property with hard money to be able to finance the first phase of the renovation and get through a flip properly, you know, and comfortably with some type of cushion room. It's 75,000. Brooklyn, 250,000.
That's good. You have a call, Max. It looks like you're very engaged and taking some notes, man.
Max is looking to create another stream for himself. That's what he's doing.
You know, I try not to be the person who's not always learning. So I'm listening to Quan from I knew from the quality of the video, you know, that he doesn't just have his money or skin in the game, but he has his heart in the game. So we appreciate you and sharing the info, man. It's awesome.
And that's it right there. As you can see, why we created this network to continuously connecting valuable people, so that way you can come together and going towards your path, because there are a lot of opportunities here. And while you're in your path to success, there's a lot of things you can collect along the way, because your journey is going to be long. It's going to be amazing as long as you have the right mindset, and as long as you keep yourself around these high-performing individuals, you're going to be all right. You're going to be great. And that's why we have multiple streams group, and that's why we exist here.
I know you guys have a bunch of questions for Laquan, and you can, you know, just for time purposes, we're going a little over our time here. So just leave your information in the chat. We'll connect you with Quan. If you want to go ahead and contact us, we'll go ahead and put you in touch with him. But Laquan, amazing, brother. Amazing information.
My info is already in the chat. I got my next flip field trip where I'm going to take everybody out to kind of update so we did 3 properties, one that was under contract to sell, one that was halfway done, and one that we recently acquired. So when we go out to the next flip field trip, which is September 27th, that's the last Sunday in the month, we're going to go out to the second property that was halfway done. It will be done and hopefully under contract. The second property that was gutted out and just look abandoned, that one will be halfway done. And we're going to go into a multifamily property that's going to be recently acquired and kind of go over the rental income. So that's September 27th. We're going to be out in Orange and East Orange and kind of run through that. If guys want to sign up, all my info is in the chat box. Just let me know.
The last one was fun, and we're definitely there.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
All right, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the knowledge, man. And again, if you guys want to get in contact with him, either reach out to us or reach out to him directly, and we can put you in touch with him. I appreciate it. So, last but not least, we have our last presenters of the night. They are going to talk to you about their journey with Herbalife Nutrition, and they're going to show you some of the products that they use, how to get started, and how you can start earning residual with Herbalife Nutrition. It's our lovely wives that will be joining this call, and you know, we save the best for last. You know, not to say you guys aren't good, but you know, you got to save this best for last.
And Max, I know you're always bringing up your wife, so this is a great deal. So next time, have your wife present with you, because I'm going to have my wife present with me right now.
So we're going to just give it like 30 seconds so they can go ahead and just get their computer set up. So give it like 30 seconds while they take over the background, because they have a nice presentation for you guys. So just bear with us like 30 seconds.
Hi, everyone. So we are the infamous wives you've heard about. My name is Noli. This is Steph. I am Wes's wife. This is Mari's wife. That is irrelevant to what we're going to tell you about. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about Herbalife. Herbalife, for how many people have heard of Herbalife? Drop a little note in the chat, perhaps, if you've heard of Herbalife. If you've been introduced to Herbalife before, if you've just heard about it. I just want to know pretty much what our audience knows about us. But Herbalife is, for those who don't know, it's a nutrition company. A lot of people think that it's just a weight loss company. It is a weight loss. We do have weight loss within it, but it's not just a weight loss company. It is a nutrition company. So the way I like to explain it is, if you want to lose, gain, or maintain your weight, Herbalife is a great way to do so. If you're looking to up on your nutrition, if you're looking to get the nutrients that you're not sure you're getting from your daily regimen, Herbalife is another way to do so. There are also a plethora of different products that we offer that have nothing to do with weight themselves. I tell my clients all the time, you may not need to lose weight, you may not need to gain weight, you may not, your nutrition might be okay, but I know you bathe. We have soaps, we have shampoos, we have lotions, we have sunscreen, we have vitamins, we have immune, you name it, we pretty much have it. So I just want to start off by telling you guys a little bit about my Herbalife journey. I am a mom of two. I was a person that ate what I wanted whenever I wanted and had none of the repercussions of anything because I just had that fast of a metabolism. Fast forward after the two children, now things are starting to stick, right? And we don't want that. So I wasn't much of a workout person. I didn't have the time to go into the gym as much as I wanted to, even though we previously we had a gym within our building. I just didn't have the time to go. I've got to feed the kids. I've got to do my work, which I also work from home with the Census Bureau. I just don't have the time. And I needed a nutrition system that was going to help me manage my time, get my proper nutrition, and enter Herbalife. So Herbalife, what I like about Herbalife is that it bases itself on 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. You heard me right. 80% nutrition, 20% Herbalife. I'm sorry, exercise. So in theory, if you did nothing but the nutrition portion, you're already 80% of the way. I was introduced by a friend of mine from high school. I started with the shakes. I began losing. I began toning. And my favorite thing about the program and about my journey is that these shakes are delicious. They are so delicious. A lot of times if you've tried different companies, if you've tried maybe Nutriments or something like that, I don't want to drop names and get sued. But if you've tried other shakes, what do they taste like? And I say this often, flavored cardboard, vanilla cardboard maybe, French vanilla, strawberry cardboard, some sort of something. Too healthy, yeah, it just tastes way too herby. What I like to tell people about these products is that I believe in the product. Before I decided to become a distributor, before I decided to get into the business aspect of it, I fell in love with every single one of the products. I love the way my results came in. I love the way they made me feel. I love the way they made me taste. And overall, I just love that sense of getting the proper nutrition within my plan. I then introduced my sister, my best friend, my husband's wife, and my brother's wife, Stephanie, and then Stephanie came on board. And Stephanie can tell you, Stephanie's not just a great client, she's a great partner, she's a great distributor, plus she's a barista. She's one of those people that's mixing and matching and creating cafe this and creating shake this and caramel latte that. And she created the concoctions. And in fact, I'm going to turn it over to her just to give her a little bit of shine and let you know about her journey.
So I started Herbalife faithfully, actually, during quarantine. I was on and on. I tried it a few years back, just a taste of it, and I wasn't really into it back then. I was actually on a flat tummy tea, which I didn't stay committed to because I got pregnant, so I was off of it. And then afterwards, I had seen that Herbalife really works for a lot of people. And then we quarantined together. She was on the call. So I was like, you know what, let me just do it. It tastes amazing, so why not? So I actually have to thank quarantine as well for getting fully committed to how I wanted to change my life. And I started taking the meals faithfully. I worked out a lot. Like I just finished over 100 workouts since quarantine on the Nike app. So my fitness level has definitely jumped up a lot, and I can't see myself going backwards. Like I see myself wanting more. I see myself pushing myself harder through the workouts. And with the Herbalife, we have so many products too for energy, the tea in itself. Like who doesn't drink iced tea? Like the flavored iced teas are so good for you and healthy and low in calorie, and they give you energy. So you can have that. They have energy boosters. the lift offs, the shakes. We just tried the pumpkins. Now going back to barista too, I'm a certified trainer and barista for Starbucks. Then quarantine happened, so I'm kind of not there anymore at the time. But that doesn't mean that I lost my interest for doing that. So now with the mixologist and barista and Herbalife ingredients, my mind was just like, I have so many ideas. I'm like, Mochi, you gotta try this, or you gotta, we have to, we just come up with so many ideas. So it's definitely something that I don't see myself going backwards in. And then we're also business partners now. And then we can talk more about that on the business aspect of it.
One of the things that I want to mention, I see somebody just got there. We're going to have you talk a little bit, Jason. Somebody just got their free trial. A lot about this system also is the camaraderie that comes with the company. When you join Herbalife, you join under a distributor. And we have several different ways to have a sense of community. Because what better to what's the word I'm looking for? To encourage you, to push you, than to have someone who's just like you, who's struggling just like you. We text each other every day. We talk about our workouts every day. We talk about our failures every day. We talk about the time when we went to our mother's house and she had that lasagna that we loved that we weren't trying to eat, but we had so many ways, and now we're back on track today. I mean, we're not perfect. We are human. There are things out there that are going to try and take us away from our goals. But the good thing about this program is you have room to indulge. You have, with, of course, with moderation. You have room to indulge. You have room to have your favorite things. You have room to have tasty things and still be, getting your nutrition that you need to get your goals, whether it's gaining mass, whether it's losing weight, whether it's maintaining your nutrition. If you're having heart problems, we have products that help you regulate those. We actually have a Nobel Prize winner. We have things for ocular health. We have things for joint health. We have things for children, new moms who are having trouble staying awake and losing the weight. We have things for you specifically. So shout out to our new moms if we have any out there. I'm sorry, go ahead. It's a huge community where you can feel comfortable. It's a safe place. It's a place where you can feel comfortable to share your journey, to encourage others, to feed off of others' encouragement, and it's really ridiculous how encouraging we are. We have 338 members in our cycle. So imagine all of those text messages. Imagine all of those group chats. But on those days when I'm not feeling encouraged, I turn to those group messages and I see what the other ladies are doing or what the other gentlemen are doing. I see different recipes, different mix and matches of shakes, and I'll go into those a little bit later. But it's really a great program, and I've never ever been so excited to share something with people. I'm not a seller. I'm not like my husband that likes to sell. He's very good at it. He sells his products well. It's not my forte until I came to Herbalife. But of course, I know a lot of you don't necessarily want to hear about how delicious it is. You want to hear about, okay, so how can I make it? Right? So I'm going to show you guys a quick 5-minute video on the dynamic of how you end up earning with Herbalife. Give me 1 second to share my screen.
Jason, mute, please.
Hi, my name is John, and what I want to show you now is how the marketing plan works. How do we earn the money? I mean, you might have already heard some stories of some of our distributors, some part-time, some more full-time, and wondering, well, how exactly does it work? So I want to give you an overview. And there's two main ways that we make money. We retail product to customers, and we develop a distributor base. So right now, I want to talk about the customer base, okay? And, our products, they range in value, in price, even in currency, because we're all over the world. We're in over 90 countries. So what we have what we call volume points, which are assigned to each product. So as people move up our marketing plan, because as you sell more product, get more clients, that's going to develop more volume points, and that pushes you up the plan. For example, you start out at 25% discount. Then you work yourself up to a 35% discount, 42%, and finally 50%. And let's talk about our brand new exciting 2018 pilot program. Now, this really affects the 1 and 2 month qualifications especially. Effective January 2018 until December 31st, 2018, exclusively in the United States and U.S. territories. Here's how it works. It's so exciting. First of all, you start out at a 25% discount, as we always have. Then, when you and your team achieve 500 documented volume points in 1 to 2 months, you're a senior consultant at 35% profit. Now, we move up from there. When you and the team in 1 to 2 months achieve 1,000 documented volume points, you are then a qualified producer. Now, if you don't make the 1 and 2 month qualification, you still have 3 to 6 months to do 2,500 documented volume, and again, you'll be at 42% profit. Finally, let's talk about supervisor. Supervisor is where now you achieve 50% discount status. How do you do it? You accumulate 2,000 documented volume points over 1 to 2 months. And again, you know, if you don't make that, no problem. You have 3 to 12 months to do 4,000 documented volume points, and at that point, you'll be at 50%. So, for example, let's just say you get a client and you sell a program. And we have something called Earn Base because, and you know, we'll get into more depth in the marketing. I'm trying to keep it simple right now. But let's say the product that you sell is about $100 Earn Base worth of product. So if you're at 25% profit, you know, you're going to make approximately about $25. As you move up, you know, and remember, the results aren't always typical. There's no guarantees here. But as you're more consistent, you move up the plan. When you get up and sell a $100 program and you're a supervisor at 50%, you're now going to make $50 on that Earn Base approximately. And you say, well, how the heck do you find the clients? Well, you find the clients by people that you know. They're going to, especially because, you know, one of the things we always want to impress upon people is use the product. You have to believe in the product. You have to feel the product. And, you know, as you get results, you know, personally, I lost 12 pounds. But as you get results, people are going to say, what are you doing? Okay. And then you're going to get referrals from them. And we have a whole menu that will show you where we have trainings on boot camp, fit camps, we have nutrition clubs, we have wellness profiles, we have sampling that goes on. There's many ways, house parties, so many ways that we find clients, introduce the product, and develop a client base. So now, again, just for easy math, so you've worked up to getting, you know, that 30 to 40 clients or so. You're at a 50% profit. So again, on that $100, that would be approximately a $50 profit. So you find 10 clients in a month, that's $500 in income. Find 20, that's $1,000. And again, there's no guarantees on what you're going to do, because I know when I got started, they said, look, you know, they showed us, you know, the plan. They said, you know what you have to do? You have to be willing to work. Okay, you have to really want to make a change, and you have to be teachable. Okay, and as you learn, you develop a skill set. You're going to find that you will find clients as long as you work consistently. You know, you have that passion, that energy, and again, how it works is pretty simple: 25 to 50% profit on your client. At that $100, you see what happens. So here's the first area of income, retail profit, okay? We'll show you all the specifics shortly.
So that's our little video on how you make the money, right? So basically what that's telling you is, as you sign up as a distributor, just for signing up, you're already getting a quarter of profit, 25% of profit. Within 2 months, you have the potential to get half, as if you're married to Herbalife, right? Eddie Murphy goes, half. You get half of that profit. Another thing that I want to emphasize that the speaker spoke about, you have to believe in your product. You have to understand why your product is great. Why should I buy this product if you don't know what the product is? Why should I buy this product if you don't use your product? I use the product. I love the product. I'm completely, my son tells me, Mama, we have Herbalife everything. Herbalife in the bathtub, Herbalife in the refrigerator, Herbalife everywhere, Herbalife towels. It's just because I definitely believe in the product, not because I get a cut off of it, because I just started selling the product this year during quarantine. I've been with Herbalife for 2 years. It's a great product that I believe in. So the first tool that you need to have when you're selling this product, if you're interested in selling the product, try it out. Try out the different aspects of it. Try out the shakes. The shakes are phenomenal. First of all, I think we have about 12 flavors now. About 12 flavors. Some of our favorites: banana caramel, strawberry shortcake. We have lactose free. We have gluten free. Strawberry shortcake, fillings and cream. Cookies and cream.
Extra protein for the Herbalife 24 for muscle gains. So if you want to up it up a notch.
So we're not going to go into each and every product, because the purpose of this, and for time's sake, is to just kind of let you guys know about the marketing plan and how great the product is and how much you can sell with the product. But definitely contact us, leave us your info in the chat, let us know that you're interested, and then we can do one-on-one little chats with you guys to give you more information about the products themselves. If you're looking to just have the products and not necessarily ready for a distributorship, that's fine too. That's actually even better. I prefer that. Another thing that I want to mention is we have preferred memberships. So with our preferred memberships, we have the opportunity to have a tiered level of discount. So when you join as a preferred member, it costs $35 to join as a preferred member, and automatically you're going to get about $35 worth of different goodies that you haven't tried before. You're probably going to get our protein bars, you're going to get some shakes, you're going to get some vitamins. So a lot of times when you sign up for a preferred membership somewhere, you kind of just sign up and get nothing for it except that membership. No, you're actually going to get about $35 worth of things. Not only are you going to get $35 worth of products, but you're going to start off with 20% off of all of our products. So you're getting $35 worth of products plus 20% discount for the entirety of your membership, as long as you stay under 500 points, volume points. Once you gain more than 500 volume points, that 20% moves up to 30%. And now you're a silver member. That 20% was bronze, 30% is silver. After 30%, you get 40% off. So once you start using the product more and more, and you start becoming dependent on, and I say dependent because it's just really what your body starts calling for nutrition-wise, you're gonna be ordering more and spending less. You hear me? Ordering more and spending less. Where do you get that, right? That's just the preferred membership plan. Another aspect of the preferred membership is that we have little preferred membership incentives, where if you gain if you purchase a certain amount of volume points within the month, you can have the opportunity to win certain things or earn certain things. We have, book bags and attire. Sometimes it's product themselves, paid vacations. And at the distributor level, that's where really those little incentives really get up higher and higher. So again, just because it's getting late and we are short on time, for those of you that are interested in more information, just hit me up. I'll put my information in the chat before we go. You can email me at justnoli@gmail.com. I'll actually see if I can put that in right now. Meal plans. Yes, we have different meal plans for different people. Of course, everyone's different. What we usually do is have you fill out a wellness plan or a wellness survey so that we can figure out exactly what type of nutrients and nutrition you need for your plan in order to achieve your goals. So there might be a plan that's going to have you having 2 shakes a day and a dinner, or you might have a plan that's going to have you accompany a shake with your meals. So depending on your body and your body weight, your body mass, and your goals, you will have different meal plans. So I can definitely talk to you guys privately about that if you want to, or I can have a separate one-on-one with you guys as well. I can talk forever. Steph, do you have anything that you want to add?
I hope that you will give it a try. I hope that this was very good information for you. And just from my personal experience, I know that it works for me, and I'm not just trying to say that just because it's what we do, but literally, like, as when you do the product, when you try the products, give it a chance. Remember, it's transforming your body. You know, it's taking out whatever bad you had to switch it up and for a better you, and that could be with anything, mentally, physically. So yeah, if you want to know more, you can definitely email either of us, and then we'll get more deeper into it.
Do we have any questions from anybody? You guys can unmute yourselves if you have any questions. We have like a couple of minutes before the guys run up on us. Jason, can I call upon you to give a little testimonial of what you're going through? So, well, I already called upon you, so it's too late, right?
No.
So Jason is a new client, and Jason just received his 3-day trial. Can you give them a little synopsis of what your experience was with our consult, what you learned, and what you thought about the experience you're about to begin?
Well, I didn't get the tea with it, but well, the consultation and everything was very good. I mean, me coming off of I know a little bit about, you know, cleansing and dieting too. So the ideas in the consultation, we were more bouncing off of each other because we kind of saw it the same way. So we related, and that's what made it a better sell for me. Now, I will be starting this trial to see how the taste will be and try to mix the shakes the way I like it. And then once I get to the way I like it, then I will invest more in buying more products or just try to sell it straight out, right? But the consultation was like, once you get up and go to the gym, it's the hardest thing to do is getting up and going to the gym. You know, once you do the consultation, after that, it's all down.
That's pretty much it. One of the things that I was talking to Jason about is that I'm not going to sell you a product and shove it down your throat just because I'm selling a product. I want you to feel good about the product you're having. There are some people who are maybe lactose intolerant. Maybe they've had the shakes and it's just not working for their tummy. It's not working. Just tell my mom, right? I use the word tummy. It's not working for them. We have other options. We have gluten-free and lactose-free options as well. Now the flavors aren't there, but we have our delicious vanilla and chocolate. We have different options. And at the end of the day, if the shakes don't work for you, maybe something else will. Maybe our digestive plan will work for you. Maybe you need to use it for our immune system. Perhaps there are vitamins that we can help you with. Just because the diet and the meal plan isn't working for you doesn't mean that there aren't other products that will work for you. So I definitely always encourage my new clients to do our 3-day trial, test it out, see how it works for you, see how it works within your daily routine. The other thing that's great about the 3-day trial is that it gives you a sample of how your life will be, because it's not a diet. It really isn't a diet. It's a whole new lifestyle. Once you start feeling the results, and I say feeling the results because it's more than just seeing it in the mirror, you're going to want to continue. You're not going to want to revert back to your old ways of not being as nutritional as you can be. So don't ever think that if me specifically or Steph specifically is pushing a product down your throat, it's not because we want to make the sale. It's because we genuinely think it's good for you. But also, don't be afraid to resist. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We'll figure out something that is for you, or it just doesn't work for you.
It may not be just that product that you tried or trial. Maybe you try something else. I know a few people that tried one thing, they're like, oh, I don't know, and they almost gave up. Then they give it another shot and they try something that's fully committed now. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just so many good, everything.
That's the hardest part. There are so many products and they're all so good. And I've tried different products. Like I said, and I keep repeating it. I've tried the meal plans and I'm all for the meal plans. I'm like gung-ho with the meal plans. I do the vitamins. I do the body care, the skin care, the facial care, the immune. Fall is coming. The flu's around the corner, and this COVID is another thing that's just, you know, floating around us and won't go away like a bad cloud. The immune is a great way to build your body to be able to defend itself against these outside.
If I can, if I can, Noli, real quick.
Absolutely.
Wonderful job. First, definitely want to applaud Jason on his steps on his journey. I do know part of his story he shared with us, and it's an amazing story. We're glad that you're here, and I'm glad that he's definitely able to partner with Herbalife, with Noli, Steph, the whole entire team. One thing I would like to point out, I actually previously, probably 20 years or more, I started part of my entrepreneurial journey at Herbalife 20 years before. You didn't notice, but yeah. And yeah, the family and all that stuff is going to happen. Yeah. But yes, one thing that I think is important is what Herbalife kind of stands for and represents. And you guys done an amazing job telling part of your story is that it makes it a bit easier to kind of start and maintain because there's a system established and in place. Even me, you guys know, you guys cook, you know, I cook, you know, we're all about fitness. But in order for a lot of people, a lot of the masses to get to where we are, where we can do it on our own, why not utilize a company that's well established and has healthy products for you inside and out? Invest in that system is ultimately investing into you. That's there. You have the healthy health support system, and guess what? You can make money too. So I definitely see, you know, all those dynamics with you, Noli, and Steph, and the whole team. And again, I'm just glad that Jason has been able to kind of tie into that, not really buy into that, because this is a tie-in now. It's tie into your life, you know, Herbalife, inside, outside, and making money. So thanks, guys.
Is Sam here? This is the last testimonial that I'm probably just putting her on the spot. Sam, are you here? Sam is not here. So I'm going to speak for Sam. Samantha is someone who for a long time was looking for gratification with her body. She wasn't feeling happy. She wasn't feeling happy with her nutrition. She wasn't doing the right thing. And Sam got put onto Herbalife in the beginning of the summer. Sam is probably my star client aside from my partner, Steph. She is absolutely killing it. Samantha not only has changed her way of life, she's changed her children's way of life. She's bringing her mother in. She's changed her nutritional plan so that she can't even stomach things that she ate before. There are things that she's eaten and that it's just hurt her stomach because she can't take it anymore. Her body is now built such a shield against these foreign substances, right? Sounds like drugs. These foreign substances within her body that aren't doing her well. And she has completely turned her life around. I wish she was here to say a little bit about it, but we'll just drag her in 2 weeks. But if anybody else has any other questions, speak now or text me later.
One question in regards to, you said you had shakes that were gluten-free.
Yes.
Do you have gluten-free shakes for kids?
For kids, you say?
Yeah.
So now for kids, we do have gluten-free shakes for kids. What we don't recommend is that the children take the protein because it's just built for adults. It's a little bit too much for them. But we do have Formula One shakes for kids. It's the Formula One Select. Or Select Fine. So we have that in vanilla and chocolate.
Okay.
The rice
quinoa inside.
Right, because I have my youngest is artistic, so in the reversal of a child being artistic, we don't give them sugar, we give them gluten-free products. And now he's what, 8? He's 8 now, about to be 9. He's still nonverbal, but he can type his name on the computer.
Awesome.
And he knows his numbers, he knows, you know, everything, because I don't give him all that sugar. We're trying to reverse it, you know.
Right.
And you know, so like if you had that for kids, that's a sale for a potential client who has a child like me.
Absolutely.
That's artistic or what have you.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Our select products definitely offer those it caters to those needs. We also have the kid, I can't think of off the top of my head just because I have a brain for it, but there's a booster specifically for children that you can add to their shakes, and it adds those extra nutrients that kids need in order to grow healthy, grow strong, you know, get those muscles like back in the day when the moms gave us the Flintstones vitamins. Well, this is Flintstones vitamins 2.0. So you can have that one today, and we can talk more about that too if you're interested in that. I can give you information.
Yeah, and I want to see my cart again because I want to. You had access to my cart. I want to get some things from.
Okay, so you want me to send you your recommended cart?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. That's another service that we offer. Once you guys do your wellness plans and we figure out what type of plan is best for you, what I send you is I send you a recommended cart of recommended products that will work with your meal plan. I send you a recommended exercise plan, and then I also send you a kind of like a how-to on how to convert your meal plan, your current meal plan into an Herbalife meal plan, meaning how to take your shakes, when to take your shakes, what to take in between your shakes, what type of things you can have for dinner, when you're not having a shake, things like that. So it's definitely one-on-one coaching the whole way through. And I always tell people, once you come on with Herbalife, it's not your goals, it's our goals, and it's our job to help you meet them. So with that, I think that it's time to shut it down. So I'm gonna see if these guys are available to come into the office.
That's it, guys. It's over.
The family affair, as you can see.
You know, we want to say thank you for joining
Hey,
us.
look at the family. Good night. Hello, everyone.
That is awesome. What a way to end the call.
Good credit. Let's take multiple streams of income all the way through, and we'll see you on the next one. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know we went a long time, but I thank you guys for riding out all the way through.
This is who we do it for, guys.
This is who we do it.
Hey, very, very, very informational. I appreciate it. Can I get a link to start my free trial?
Absolutely. I'll send you the information out. If you're interested in the free trial, just I'll put my email down. Just email me and we'll get you started.
We love you guys. We love you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.